I'm tired of the equal. Say fuck it, I'm going in. Look like it's snowing me. This cause I'm throwing money. They think it is fucking funny, but I'm getting money. I only live one way, that's Monday through Sunday. See me on the highway, they calling me a fly J. Then they see me passing by, now they call me the bad J. See me when I drive, but they calling me the driveway. And I got a swing, man, it's Texas, it's the driveway. Damn, I'ma do my thing, and I'ma smoke that cause they calling me Moses. Every time they see me on Turn Bush. Tell me that's like Turn the Kush. Tell me that's like Turn the Kush. Boy, you smoking Reggie Bush. Boy, you smoking Reggie Bush. I'm chilling with Kim Kardashian. They don't give a fuck. All my whips and my cars fast. See me on the motorcycle, think I'm going crazy. Jay, it's you.
What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Wednesday, NBA Talk with Jay. Game 3 of the NBA Finals, my guys. I hope everybody out there doing well, man. Taking care of your family, all that good stuff. Living a great life, no matter what you're doing, man. Just you got to be happy in whatever you're doing. If it's not making you happy, you gotta get you gotta get from around it. You see what I'm saying? So we only live one life, and you gotta live it up to your fullest, man. So just try to be happy every single day, no matter what you're doing. Make sure you're not betting too much, gambling too much. I've been there as well, where betting or gambling would have me super down and stressed and depressed and all that shit, man. But it's not worth it. There's more things to life than that, my guys. So I just wanted to say that one thing, but I really do hope everybody's out there doing well, watching the show. I know you guys would like to make some money. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to make some money today too. You see what I'm saying? So let's get straight to it in this one, man. That's all love. I appreciate everybody in the chat as well. Hit the like button one time for the one time if you can. If you enjoy the show, if you enjoy me giving my time and energy to you guys, hit the like button one time for the one time, man. Join the channel as a member, share the show, all that good stuff, man. Let's get over to the street to Dallas, man. D-Town in this one. The 2-1-4. You see what I'm saying? We got the Mavs laying 2.5 points at the house versus Celtics in this one. Line actually opened up at Mavs +1. That was the first line that I saw out there. Mavs actually opened up at +1, and it makes sense. If you have the Celtics favored by 6.5, 7 at the house, they'll move the line 6 points. You get 3 points for home court advantage. So you can't just it's a 6-point line move when the team moves from home to away, and so that's where it was. Money has taken this from Mavs from +1 to -2.5. +1 lasted for maybe 30 minutes, then it went to -1, and then from there -1.5, -2, and then it was like -1, -1.5, and then the Porzingis news came out -2, -2.5. If you guys didn't know, obviously, if you saw game 2, he kind of pulled up there. He actually has like this injury that like nobody's ever fucking heard of. He's saying that he's probably still going to go and try and play, but we know that he's still not 100% as well. I'll tell you how I'm thinking of this game. You see, I do have on a little jacket here, but I mean this is something I said I was going to do regardless. You see what I'm saying? So I had to go with it, but I had a feeling that Celtics would go up 2-0 in this one. Now, just me personally, I feel like this whole playoffs has been like one of the shortest playoffs that like I've never capped the NBA and had to be like where there was 7 or 8 days with no NBA. It's talking about both conference finals going really fast, going really quickly. Mavs won 4-1, Celtics won in a sweep. We saw we saw multiple other sweeps as well. The Celtics I believe they beat the Cavs 4-1 as well. You had the Wolves that swept the Suns over there. You see what I'm saying? So there hadn't been many playoff series. Now the NBA is going to get money from like gambling and all this other stuff, but this is the least amount of playoff games I think I've ever witnessed in like my 12 years of betting the NBA, to be perfectly honest with you, man. We have never seen this many sweeps or 4-1 series, and I don't think we see a sweep in this one as well, man. Let me check out the refs real quick. Let me just check out the refs real quick, man. Just real quick, because in this type of games, it does matter to me. Now, I don't think it matters who the hell is reffing in this game. I think that the Mavs are going to get the calls. Now, obviously, Luka, you can't be getting blown by. You're going to have to play at least a little bit of defense here. Porzingis, if he's not 100% or 100% healthy, and remember, this is a game of basketball, a game that you have to get up and down the floor. Like, it is what it is. It's not like something where you can kind of hide an injury. No, if it's something going on with your leg or knee or lower extremities, you're going to feel that run up and down the floor. Like, this is basketball here. You see what I'm saying? If it's something with your arms, you can kind of get through that. But anything that's lower than your knee, or I'd even say thigh or hamstring as well, anything anything hip or below lower extremities, that's something that you would feel running up and down the floor. And obviously the Mavs would know that as well. Me personally, I feel like Porzingis should probably sit this one out. Like if they want to, because this is going to be a Super Bowl spot for the Mavs. And on the other hand, if Porzingis does play, if and the Mavs get up 10, 15, 20, he's going to be the first person to sit. You see what I'm saying? So I just me personally, the Celtics aren't really built like that, but I do have like some thoughts or whatever that if they know that they're going to win this series, why can't we punt a game or two? You see what I'm saying? Like I really don't see them sweeping this series, man. To be perfectly honest with you, anything can happen. The Celtics are the far better team, I'll tell you. But I can say like when they have Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Porzingis, they're nearly unstoppable. Like it's the best team by far. But when you have one of those guys that are missing, it leaves it. That's where there's like a level where you can. That's where there's like space for you to that's when they're a little bit more vulnerable. Let's put it that way. You see what I'm saying? Because if Porzingis isn't out there, now you're relying on Al Horford to defend the paint and to be a top-tier defender, and that's not necessarily the case. I think the Mavs could have some success with those lobs, Derek Lively, Gafford, Derek Jones Jr., and maybe even P.J. Washington as well. You see what I'm saying? So we know that they got Luke Kornet, guy that they can bring off the bench, but he hadn't played all series in this particular game. I just feel like this is a Mavs spot. They're coming back to the house. Role players have not played well so far in this series whatsoever, but we know that they get a lot more comfortable at the house. You dig what I'm saying? The Celtics have won 9 straight games as well. This is a juggernaut team. I'll tell you straight up, like this is one of the best teams that we've seen, like numbers wise, one of the best teams in the last 30 years. But I do think at some point they're going to slip up. They are somewhat of like a I'm not gonna, because their mindset isn't super soft this season, but I do think that if there was a spot where they would, you know what I'm saying, just kind of let a game go because they know that they can win this series. It could even be 5 games, 6 games. I don't think it goes to 7, but I do think we get a little bit of a actual series here. I don't think that it's gonna be totally lopsided. And I think that, I mean, maybe the refs could have something to say in it. The Mavs aren't a lot worse. They're just not knocking down the shots. Kyrie Irving has been letting the crowd over there in Boston really get to him. We know that they hate Kyrie over there. He's 0-12 as well versus the Celtics ever since he stepped on their logo in the middle of the court or whatever. But I do think this is a Mavs spot, to be perfectly honest with you. I like the Mavs in the first half and the full game in this one. Obviously the line is going up, but I took both of them on the money line here. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's a spot that I would live with regardless. If they weren't able to even come out hot, or if the Celtics went out here and trifected them, I couldn't get bad. This is like, I want people to understand it. Like, I'm a spot better. You see what I'm saying? Like there are certain spots that I'm gonna bet almost every single time, and you gotta live with the results. Some of the best sports bettors win at 60-65%. You see what I'm saying? So that means that you're gonna lose 35 to 40% of the time. And people have to understand that. Like even though you have to make money, there's only one game on. Nothing is an absolute guaranteed lock. What I do, I go with my spots and I live with the results. It works out for me more times than not. I'd say 6.5, 7 times out of 10. But you just got to keep in the back of your head. There's gonna be 3 out of 10 times that you're going to lose. Like obviously a lot of the young generation that's betting, they feel like you're just supposed to give them a lock every single day. They're going to win every single day. This is gambling, guys. This is sports betting as well. Just want people to understand like the other part of it. You dig what I'm saying? Like nobody has guaranteed locks. You have to be able to prepare to take some losses sometimes, man. But I'm not saying that this is a loss. I'm just trying to get you the right mindset for the younger people that hadn't been doing this for a while and probably need money for college, betting $20, $50, whatever you're betting. You see what I'm saying? Some people feel like, oh, this is an absolute must win. I have to win today. I'm here to let you know, if you have to win, and you probably shouldn't be betting, guys. But I do feel really comfortable with this Mavs spot, first half and full game. I do think this could be a trifecta spot for the Mavs. I think they get a little bit of help as well. That's just me personally, but we know that Luka's going to do what he's doing. But obviously Kyrie, PJ Washington, they have to help this guy out, man. Maxi Kleber, if he's going to be playing those minutes and being that stretch big, he has to make some shots here. He went 0-4. I put a little something on this over 2.5 points in game 2, and he had the shots were there. He just didn't make a single shot. You see what I'm saying? Missed a couple bunnies at the rim, missed a couple threes. I think Cleveland will have a lot better game here at the house. So this is who I think has a great game today, in my opinion. Especially if Porzingis is banged up. I think that Maxi Kleber will have he plays 16 minutes in game 2, didn't score a single point, but his plus minus was still +1 because they need him out there. They need him for defense. They need him to stretch the floor as well, because he's a center that can shoot threes as well. I think Kleba actually has a lot better game in this particular game at the house. You're going to need Kyrie as well. He played 41 and a half minutes, went 7 of 18, 0 of 3 from 3, only 16 points. He's going to have to ball out here at the house. I feel like Kyrie will be a lot more comfortable at home, and the fans aren't heckling him and stuff like that, because in Boston, Kyrie is one of those type of guys, like the things that they're going to say to him, it does get to him. You see what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of different type of human beings out there, but I think Kleba has another great game as well, and PJ Washington has went over his point total every single both games. You know what I'm saying? 17 points in game 2, and then how many did he had? Let me just see real quick. Then I think he had like 15 points in game 1 over there. PJ Washington is actually, he had 14 points. And so they was putting this point total like around 11 and a half, 12 and a half. I think PJ Washington has a great game back at the house as well. Not messing with, I don't know if I would bet Kyrie props, but he's going to have to. I'm just speaking out, like who has to have a lot better game for them to have a chance to win. Luka can't be that ball dominant guy going for 30, 35 points, taking 20 shots, in my opinion. That's not what's going to, he can't be taking 26 field goals in this game, in my opinion. Luka, the Mavs are a lot better when he gets to facilitate. We know he's going to get his points. He can get 25, 30 points in his sleep. You see what I'm saying? He has to get those 10, 11 assists, get the rest of the guys comfortable, because if they're not in the game, then they're not going to be really locked in on defense. If they're getting the ball, then it's like everybody's happy. You see what I'm saying? Even the bench guys, Josh Green as well. But Maxi Kleber, he's going to be a very important piece for the Mavs today, coming off the bench when he's playing that 15 to 20 minutes. He's going to have to knock down some threes. He's going to have to get some rebounds as well, and get a little physical with this Celtics team, man. But I like both of these teams. I've been preaching Celtics all year. They're here. They're 2 wins away from the finals. But just me personally, a little bit of conspiracy J. I do think that they don't have to. You see what I'm saying? Anything can happen. We know the Celtics take a ton of threes, but just the way that I look at it, man, the way that these playoffs have been, I feel like a lot of these series have been really short, and I just feel like the NBA needs at least one of these series to go like 6 games, especially in the NBA finals as well, my guys. So I think the Mavs get one of these games at the house. I'll take them in the first half and in the full game on the money line today. And then if it just so doesn't happen, then I'll take them in game 4 as well. I have a hard time seeing the Mavs get swept in this series. Like I said, I think the powers that be as well will give them a little bit of helping hand. Don't be a bitch. If I was the Mavs, I would try and drive to the paint every single time and try to get some foul calls on the Celtics, man. You guys see it. Like, I don't have to come on here with this conspiracy. Watch the games, like especially when teams are down 0-2, or when a team is facing a sweep. Watch how the refs call the game. One team, they're not really calling fouls on. The other team, it could be a touch foul, and you know what I'm saying? That's how you can kind of sort of influence a basketball game, guys. So y'all know me, man. I tell it how it is. This is a spot that I'll go with regardless. Nothing is an absolute guaranteed lock winner. I know that there's only one game today. I know that there's not a ton of NBA games left. You see what I'm saying? But just want people to understand, nothing is an absolute guarantee. Go with your gut as well. If you like the Celtics, you feel like they've been a far better team, or they're way too much for them, I can't talk you off. I wouldn't be surprised as well if the Celtics hit their threes and went crazy in this game. But just me personally, I'm taking the Mavs first half and full game, both on the money line now, and I'll live with the results, whatever happens. I do think they get one of these games at the house, so I have to bet this one. I can't just sit this one out and say, oh, I'm gonna hope that they lose so I could take game 4. I have to bet it, and then if it doesn't work out, then I'll take them the next game. But I do think they get the job done today and at least make this at least somewhat of a series. Way too many boring series in the NBA this playoffs. One of the most shortest playoffs as far as games being played that I've ever seen, in my opinion, guys. So I'll take the Mavs here, first half and full game, both on the money line. I'll live with the results. Whatever you guys are betting, I wish you guys the best of luck. Trying to get some cash. We're trying to smack the bookies up, man. So I always say, like, you're not competing up against one another. Like, never feel like you're competing up against another capper. It's like, oh, I want to be right. No, you want to get your money. Like being right doesn't matter unless you're making money off of it. You see what I'm saying? So we're trying to be right versus whoever we're betting with. That's the only person I'm competing with. If you compete with somebody else, you're losing your energy, my guys. I do think Kleber, I don't know, I saw his points at 3.5. I would like to get 2.5 with Juice. That way that he just hits 1 3 and he gets over. But even 3.5 points for Kleber at plus money, I think is a great look. I think PJ Washington again has another great game and goes over his points. So I believe it's 12.5. And like I say, if Porzingis is out there, you're going to see a lot more, a little bit of easier baskets for the Mavs at the rim. Because you see what happened in game 2 when they had a lot more balanced attack. All starters got in double digits. That's when they had a 5-point. That's when they were only down 5 with a less than a minute left. They were in that game. You see what I'm saying? So if the Mavs had got blown out both games by 20, 30 points, then I might be saying, all right, maybe they're just in over their head. But they made some adjustments in game 2, got even closer, and played the Celtics actually really well. They actually played them really well in that game 2. I mean, shit, they had the Celtics sweating there for a second. They were leading. They had a 3-point lead after the first quarter as well, only down 3 at the half. They played a really great game versus the Celtics in that game 2. I think they come back to the house with a little bit of confidence, playing a lot better, get some of that home cooking. See what I'm saying? All 5 starters had double digits last game. Luka didn't have 1 assist. He had 11 assists, and then you see what happens. He was spreading the love, man. So that's what I'm expecting to happen today, my guys. I'll take the Mavs in the first half on the money line, in the full game on the money line as well. Obviously, the line is moving up with the Porzingis news, but I think it actually matters if Porzingis is not out there, to be perfectly honest with you, my guys. So those are looks for me today. And like I said, I'd heavily lean to PJ Washington over his points, probably points and rebounds as well. And then Maxi Kleber over his points. He has to knock down some shots. They need some fucking production coming off the bench, man. It's probably not going to be Dante Exum. It's probably not going to be Josh Green. It has to be Kleber. And if the Mavs have to, the whole all-stars got to play like 40 minutes, bro. It is what it is. Obviously, other than Gafford, because him and Lively split minutes. Everybody else, you got to put it all on them. Like, this is the tail end of the season, man. It's win or go home right here. And I will take a shot with the Mavs in this particular game, my guys. I got the jacket on. Let's see what happens. Nothing is guaranteed, my guys. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. Let's get this cash. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all have a great fucking day. Let's get this fucking money, baby. Let's go, baby. Come on.